I tested out Wirestock's Premium Subscription Plan for 6 months, and in this video, I'm going to discuss my experience, the changes that Wirestock has made to the program, and whether I would recommend it. So sit back, grab a beer, because this is going to take a minute. I'm Joel, and thank you for joining me today. If you've been following along, you know that I share my experiences with stock photography, filmmaking, and just kind of other random things that I've done. I do invite you to follow along by subscribing if you haven't already. So now you may have seen one of my videos about Wirestock.io, which is a stock photography aggregator that promises to make submitting to stock agencies much easier and much quicker. They offer like automatic titling and keywording that they call easy submissions. And that's for pictures, videos, and even vector files. And that all of that goes to some of the most popular stock photography agencies, and it's all from like one simple dashboard, which is kind of nice. They have a free version that you can use, and they do take a 15% commission if you make a sale. So some of the stock agencies they submit to would be Shutterstock, Dreamstime, Pond5, iStock Getty, Deposit Photos, Alame, and also they have these things they call extra channels so that you can submit to as well. And that's a whole bunch of more like little sub things, sub agencies and stuff like that. I actually made a whole video about that at the beginning of the year that you can check out here. It's got all the latest updates on that if you're interested. Now, before I go any further, I just want to give you two things. First is a quick disclosure. This video is not sponsored by Wirestock, although they did give me a free premium subscription plan to test out. Of course, all the opinions in this video are my own, and of course, your experience will most definitely be different from mine. The second thing is, this is a little different video. If you've watched my other stuff, I usually edit everything really tight and stuff like that and cut out all of my goof ups and stuff. I'm not doing that for this one because it's a long video and I don't feel like putting a lot of time into it. I just want to get this information out to you guys as quickly as I can because I've been trying to make this video for the last couple weeks. So hopefully you can bear with me if I stumble a little bit. This is more the raw, what it takes to shoot these things. So, all right, so going into that, at the time of making this video, I've actually been using Wirestock for 2 years now. Now, there've been a lot of growing pains with Wirestock, but for the most part, they seem to have worked out most of those issues. That is until about the beginning of 2023. We'll get back to a little bit more about that in a little bit. So overall, my experience with Wirestock has actually been a pretty easy process, which is really their main selling point as far as uploading and submitting and everything like that. Now, in the beginning of, early 2023 is when Wirestock had started this thing called a premium subscription. Now, that's a plan that they added in addition to the free plan, which is what I was on, and I think probably a lot of other people were too. Now, the premium subscription offered a couple of different things. It offered quicker keywording and review of images. It offered an additional 100 easy submissions, which are those auto keyworded and descriptions and titles and stuff like that, they do it for you on your behalf. They offered 24/7 support for its premium users, the ability to download your images with your metadata. And since they had their initial announcement of the premium subscription plan, they also added the ability for you to sell from your portfolio as well. All of this is for, I think the cost is $12.99 a month. Or if you do the yearly thing, it's $94, which ends up bringing the price down to about $7.79. So I already made a video about the premium plan where I go further in depth about each of its offerings, including some of my critiques when it first came out. You can actually watch that up here as well if you're interested. But I'll tell you though, it's changed quite a bit since then. And that was just from 9 months ago when I made that last video. So this video hopefully will kind of go over some of those things as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, I'm going to talk about my experience with Wirestock's premium subscription plan. Like I said, I used it for 6 months, and I'm going to break it down by each of the different categories, the key features that it has. So let's start off with the 100 extra easy submissions. First, I'll have to say straight up, I never actually used the full 100 extra easy submissions, my acceptance percentage is actually pretty decent. So I had more than enough uploads available for me to submit each month. That was mostly because I didn't upload nearly enough or as much as I was really hoping to. I kind of was hoping to be like a big power user and just like get a ton of images up. Because I have a really big back catalog of images that I've been still trying to edit through from years and years of photography and everything else. The thing is though, that even if I wanted to upload like crazy, like say 800 images and or videos a month with the easy submission process, like I can't even do that anymore, not even now. So basically what happened was Wirestock had cut the easy submissions rate for all users, including its premium subscribers, several times now over the last year and since starting the premium subscription plan. So most of you will probably notice that if you've been uploading for the last year with Wirestock. You went from having the ability to use a bunch of easy submissions based on your subscription, like how well you're doing, or your acceptance rate rather, and it just keeps getting cut and cut and cut and cut. So now, for instance, before launching that premium subscription plan in 2022, you could submit up to 2,000 images through easy submissions if your approval rate was over 90%. Now, this was whittled down drastically to only 500 as of September 1st of 2022. And as of January 23rd, it was dropped just to 300, but only if your approval rate is over 85%. So that's a really, really big drop, right? So what if your approval rate is actually under 85%, which I'm sure a lot of people are, especially if you're new to stock photography, Well, the bottom tier used to be 70% approval rate, and that would still get you at least 100 easy submissions. But now, as of January, beginning of 2023, that bottom tier has changed to anything under 85% approval rate. There were actually a bunch of other tiers in there, like between 70 and 80 and 80 and 90 and all that, but they're all gone now, so there's really no point talking about it. So for me, as an example, I went from having a base of 1,000 easy submissions per month, plus the premium plan's extra 100 easy submissions, down to a base of 300, plus the extra 100, for a total of 400 with the premium subscription plan. So that is a 70% cut from the old tier of 80 to 90%. Now, as of the time of this video, which is May of 2023, if your approval rate is over 85%, you would get a total of 400 easy submissions with a premium subscription plan. Now, for those of you under 85% approval rate, which is a lot of people, especially, like I said before, all of those that are just starting out with microstock, and learning how to upload and figuring out how to denoise your images and stuff like that so they get approved and not rejected for technicalities and things like that. Well, anyways, you only get, like I said, 30 easy submissions without that premium subscription, or 130 easy submissions with a subscription. So now let's talk about quicker review time and the keywording, because this is a big selling point for the premium plan. So in my experience with the review time for most of my assets when I was on the premium subscription plan, seemed to happen around 48 to 72 hours. Now they promised the 48, and sometimes it would hit, and sometimes it would be a little after that. It's really not that bad. So I would say overall, I think they did a pretty good job of getting everything through. And so that's not just being accepted, that's being allowed onto the program platform and then I guess accepted to submit to the other things. So not rejected is what I'm talking about. As far as the keywording, title, and descriptions, that would still take even longer. So they might accept it on there within 48 or 72 hours, but still it wouldn't be keyworded and it wouldn't be submitted to the stock sites. So that's a little interesting caveat I've noticed, because you think that being accepted within 48 hours, like they promise, that it would be also then submitted to a stock agency. Well, that's not the case, not in my experience. I mean, it was nice to see if an image or a video was going to be accepted by Wirestock sooner, which is basically all that's promising. Because, you know, as you know, if you're watching this, you've probably had images be stuck for weeks, if not months, to be accepted, just whether to even accepted onto the platform. And ultimately, I'm not even sure if that alone is worth it for most Wirestock contributors, you know, waiting, just being accepted. You know, I don't know if that's worth it. So you'd be inclined to think that a quicker acceptance and keywording would get those images that were accepted onto a partner site like Shutterstock or Deposit Photos or whatever, like much faster, so that you could actually maybe earn some money, right? That's kind of the illusion of that. But that didn't seem to be very consistent either. So the quickest that I've actually seen one of my images or videos show up on a partner site was 2 weeks. And that was, of course, with the bulk of my assets showing up usually within about 6 weeks time from when they were actually accepted on Wirestock. So unfortunately, there's really no way of knowing if or when your assets are actually accepted onto the partner sites. In order to find out, you basically have to do a search on those sites individually for the title of your asset. You just search the title of whatever it is and you see if it populates. So in my experience, the quicker review and keywording did not seem to get my assets onto any of the partner agencies any quicker than if I just uploaded it separately without it. So in fact, to be perfectly honest, I could get most of my stuff uploaded and accepted within a week on places like Shutterstock and Adobe Stock and places like that. So there's no advantage whatsoever for the uploading any quicker through Wirestock that I found. Maybe your assets would be on sale for like maybe a week or two sooner at the quickest, but if you've been doing stock photography any length of time, you know it's a long game anyways, right? Your assets can take sometimes months to even years to get a first sale. Okay, so now let's talk about that 24/7 support. Now, I have to say, it was actually really good. I didn't use it that much because I didn't have a whole lot of problems, but I mostly used it to like reach out to Wirestock to have them answer questions for me, which is what I used, for like videos or something like that. If I was updating a Wirestock video, they'd respond very quickly, and they were always very friendly and helpful. So I do appreciate that, but I don't know if that alone is worth paying a monthly fee for. Next up is talking about the ability to download your files with metadata. Now, this is actually a really good feature, and it has a lot of extra uses. I think I may have talked about this in one of my other videos, but it allows you to potentially use Wirestock as a service in a sense to keyword and describe your images so that you can then download them and then upload them to other non-Wirestock partner sites like maybe CanStock Photo, Big Photo, Envato Elements, or even like 123RF if you want to. Now, downloading your images and videos is limited to a max of 500 gigabytes for each month. So for most of us, that's not really a huge hindrance, and unless, of course, I don't know, maybe you've got like tons and tons and tons of assets that you're moving off of the Wirestock platform. Now, this is another feature that I thought I'd actually use a lot more. That is to download my files and submit to new agencies. But unfortunately, I just didn't end up doing that much. And part of that is on me because, especially in regards to my images, because like I said, I could have uploaded far more than I did, but I just didn't do that. So I can't blame Wirestock for that. Also, the metadata and keywording that Wirestock provides is also lacking quite a bit, in my opinion at least. Like, it's pretty generic. It's real basic generic stuff. And often I'd only find most of my images were only keyworded like with 20 keywords instead of the maximum 40 keywords that most stock sites pretty much suggest that you do. All right, so now the next thing is like those video files, right? I really thought that I was gonna be able to take advantage of downloading video files that are already, keyworded and titled and everything with the metadata included. But unfortunately, the video files don't have any metadata embedded when you download them from Wirestock, which is a really, really huge disappointment for me because I do really believe that videos are basically like the next big thing, or not the next big thing, but I think they're really important to upload videos because you can make a lot more money from a video sale than you can just an image sale. Now, I was hoping to be able to utilize Wirestock's automatic keywording and descriptions to help get those files onto other stock agencies that Wirestock doesn't partner with for video, because Wirestock is fairly limited with video partners. So if I could have done that, that alone would have probably made the premium plan super valuable to me. Maybe even worth, maybe even worth it for the convenience alone. So that brings us to the next topic, which is selling directly on Wirestock. I was actually really excited when Wirestock added the ability to set your own prices on your digital and your print sales on the site. This is something that they've been talking about and for quite a while, and even telling me in email correspondence that it was coming for months. And in all of that communication with Wirestock, it was never implied that it was going to be put behind a paywall, which is exactly what they did. Prior to this update rather, you had the ability to sell prints and digital files directly from your portfolio page at a predetermined price that basically had a fixed $5 markup. And so if you're on the free plan, it's still like that. So now, in order to have access to what Wirestock is calling its Portfolio Pro, you will have to have a premium subscription plan. So with the premium subscription plans, basically Wirestock enables the ability for you to set your own prices on prints and digital downloads of your assets, whether they be illustrations or videos or what have you, from your portfolio page, individually or as collection sets. So now, to Wirestock's credit, they did remove the commission for print sales and for digital assets sold from your Portfolio Pro page if you're a premium subscriber. For all the free Wirestock accounts out there, you still have to pay, I believe it's 30%. I think it still hasn't changed from 30% on print and digital assets from your portfolio. And those print and digital downloads, again, like I said, are set at a $5 fee for images and illustrations and a $50 fee for videos. And again, you can't change that. So if you think your video is worth more than 50 bucks, that doesn't matter. That's what you're gonna get unless you are a premium subscriber. The same with your prints. Which takes us to print sales, right? Let's talk about those. Well, so whether you're a free plan or premium plan subscriber, all print prices already have a huge profit built in for Wirestock and its print partners. For instance, as of May 2023, the base price for a 4x6 print is $11 or $17 for an 8x12 print. And that has the base $5 markup already included, and then shipping is separate. Now, this is an increase over what it was just a few months earlier, actually. $5 more than what a 4x6 used to cost, and $1 more for an 8x10 print. So it's not exactly inexpensive. And so to give you some perspective here, a Pro Photo Lab in the US will cost you under $2 for a 4x6 print and under $6 for an 8x12 print for the same giclée style prints that Wirestock offers. By the way, Wirestock only offers giclée prints on fine art paper. No photographic papers, no canvases, no acrylics, none of the other fine art mediums that I used to sell when I ran my photography business over 10 years ago. Now, I do really like the ability to sell digital files and prints from your portfolio. In fact, I was really excited about this, as I think it's really great for Wirestock users, both as an online portfolio of your work and also as a way to sell some of that to maybe earn a couple extra bucks. But, and this is a big old but, is Wirestock worth the premium plan for this feature alone? Look, if you just want to sell a place to sell your fine art images or even your digital downloads, you can go to a place like Fine Art America. You know, they have a shop that you can actually, there's actually a free version that is limited that you can do, and you can sell prints and things from there. And they also have a premium version of their own, which is like $30 a year, where you can sell your images with a plethora of options, like everything you can think of: canvas prints, metal prints, even puzzles if you want to, or Christmas ornaments. Honestly, way too many to go into here. You can even sell digital image licenses through Fine Art America, but unfortunately no video or vector files. And with Fine Art America, you can set your own prices, and you can even add your Fine Art America shop to your website if you have one, which is actually pretty easy to do. There's mine's on my randomhartz.com site if you want to check that out. But there's not really much else on my website. I gotta work on that. And like I said before, there is a limited free account that you can sign up for. Now, here's the caveat to something like Fine Art America, and the fact that, in my personal experience, I've never, ever sold anything from my Fine Art America shop. So, maybe if you have really good marketing or a large following for your work, maybe you got way better work than I do, photography or whatever, or maybe even better, you might have better luck than I did. I mean, there's a ton of ways that you can actually sell your images online to your clients with tons and tons of print options. And I just don't have time to go into that in this video. But anyways, so now, should you subscribe to Wirestock Premium? Now, the free Wirestock plan used to offer a lot for just a small 15% cut of your commissions, which brings me to the final issue that I have with Wirestock Premium. You're still paying a 15% commission to Wirestock on every sale you make. That's on top of your monthly fee. And of course, there's no guarantee that you'll ever even earn the monthly subscription fee back through your stock sales either. I think that's kind of a hard sell for those of you that are new to stock photography, or just are dabbling in it to maybe earn a little bit of extra money for travel or camera gear, or even just, beer money. I actually thought it would be really good for power users at first, especially those who upload tons and tons of files. But with all of the changes to the monthly easy submissions, that gives me a big pause. I mean, the big question here is, what are they going to change in the next 6 months? So after using Wirestock's premium plan for the last 6 months, I don't think it's a good enough value for probably 85% of users at this time. Not even for the ability to sell from your portfolio, which I do really like. I just don't think you get enough for your money, honestly, especially if you're focused on selling stock video. If you only sell video, or your emphasis is selling on video, then Blackbox would probably be a far better option for you at the time of this video. Now, granted, if you don't want to do your own keywording, titling, or descriptions at Blackbox, you're going to pay another 15 to 20% on top of their commission as well to have someone else do that for you. All right, so now let's get into the intermediate user, right? So this is those of you who've been doing stock photography for a number of years now. For the intermediate contributors out there, you really just need to see if the premium plan is a good fit for you. You know your workflow, you know your business better than anybody else. So the chances you probably already have a pretty modest portfolio set up on most of those stock agencies already, and who already partner with Wirestock. So in that scenario, it might not be the most beneficial thing. If that's the case, then it means you probably have a really good workflow in place for keywording and uploading already. So you just have to see if there's any advantage to you for using their free version of Wirestock or not. And I doubt it with just 30 uploads, or maybe the 300 uploads if you can keep your percentage up. But that's a big question mark too. If you can even keep a high enough acceptance rate, and if you can keep it there long enough. Honestly, I just don't think you're going to get, as an intermediate stock contributor, I don't think you're getting enough value from the premium version with its current options and pricing. But of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. So that brings us to the big elephant in the room. Is the free Wirestock plan still worth it? I used to think that the free Wirestock option was a great solution for people who are getting into stock photo and video. or those who are wanting to use it to earn maybe a few extra bucks a month selling their travel images as they learn photography. Hell, I've made a ton of videos about it, and you can on this channel. It was a quick and easy way to get your images and videos potentially onto multiple stock agencies, all without having to deal with keywording, descriptions, or managing multiple different agencies and their different subscription systems. You can even earn a bit more commission on each sale with certain stock agency partners that have a tiered commission structure on Wirestock, like Shutterstock or Deposit Photos, simply by submitting through Wirestock rather than through your personal account. This allows you to take advantage of Wirestock's scale and to earn the highest commissions on those agencies. I've already talked about this in my other Wirestock videos and actually in my last month's, my January 2023 earnings video. But with the massive and constant changes over the last year, the removal of the tiered system for easy submissions, and the subsequent approval rating decimation, I do not even recommend the free Wirestock plan to any new stock contributors out there. Like anybody watching this video right now, or me watching my videos right now, I'd say pass. I just don't think it's the value that it used to be. So what would make the Wirestock's premium plan a good value? In my opinion, Wirestock's premium plan might be worth the yearly price of $94 or $7.79 a month for very few users. But to do so, Wirestock needs to bring back more easy submissions. They got to bring back the submission tiers that they had previously, add the ability to download videos with metadata, add more print medium options for print sales, and reduce the sales commission for premium plan subscribers. If you're just starting out, you don't need the premium plan. Simple as that. Pick one or two agencies and upload directly to them, or use an alternative tool to help keyword and distribute your assets to the stock agencies, like Microsoft Plus, or you can use an alternative tool to help you keyword and distribute your assets to the stock agencies like Microstock Plus or even XPix. So have you used Wirestock's premium plan? Let us know your thoughts about it in the comments below. So as for me, what am I gonna do? Well, honestly, I'm not really sure. I might still use the free version of Wirestock for maybe a little bit longer, basically so long as my approval rate is above that threshold that allows me the 300 submissions a month. I mean, that could change, especially if they keep stripping away any remaining value or putting even more valuable features behind the paywall. I have links in the description to all of the agencies that I submit to and the equipment that I shoot with. If you use them, I might earn a small commission at no cost to you. Or if you found any value in this video, or any of my other videos for that matter, you can always buy me a beer too. Thanks in advance. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.